Some of you have suggested that the length that I go to keep my motorcycle clean borders on OCD. So today I decided to embrace my OCD and to show you some of the lengths I do go to keep the bike clean. So if you're in that same mindset where you really like to keep your bikes looking in great shape, you're going to love this video. But I'm going to show you some of the techniques and the tools that I use to keep the motorcycle as clean as I can.
This video is sponsored by Cruiseman's Garage Honda Goldwing Maintenance Video Series.
One of the first tools I want to talk about is this Astro AI foam cannon that I just recently purchased. I've been looking for a good foam cannon for quite some time, and I've read some good reviews on Amazon, so I decided to give this one a try. And so far, I'm very, very pleased with it. And of course, with anything I talk about in this video, I'll put links in the description if you're interested. Now, a foam cannon is essential for washing the motorcycle. In this video, I'm just going to show you how I used it on our car, because the footage that I shot of me with the motorcycle didn't come out good. So I'll just show you the car footage. But anyway, the foam cannon is very well constructed, very sturdy, has a very nice nozzle. Basically, what it allows you to do is to create a very thick foam soap on the surface of your vehicle. Now, that red nozzle you can rotate to adjust the flow of the foam coming out of the cannon. As you can see, it puts out a very, very thick foam. Now, I have the nozzle set to a narrow stream right now, but normally I would twist that and get a little bit wider stream. One thing I do like about this Astro AI foam cannon is it holds enough liquid to completely do the entire car. Of course, it's more than enough to do the motorcycle. So if you're looking for a reasonably priced, high quality foam cannon, I highly recommend this Astro AI. I decided, since I've got these upper air deflectors off of the bike, this would be a good time to give them a good thorough cleaning. To do the best job, I would undo these fasteners and remove the polycarbonate from the mount, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do the best I can with it still together. You never know, I may change my mind and decide to do this. Now, this might seem extreme. My first job is I'm going to clean them. I have a couple of tools today. I've got my little cleaning brush, and I'll put links to all of these tools in the description down below if you're interested. I use these brushes all the time. I think they come in 3 different sizes. I also have a cup of warm water with just dish soap, Dawn liquid, for cleaning. And then I have my handy Solo electric pistol sprayer, just to rinse things off, just plain water in there. Start cleaning these using the soapy water and this brush. And you get bug guts and all kinds of stuff on these things. You'll notice my little collars up here. If you have these, you'll know what I'm talking about. They don't mount permanently, but I did use some gasket sealer to kind of stick those in there so they don't always fall out every time I take them off. You can see how dirty the water is. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. I can see it here. Okay, now I'm going to rinse it off. I'm not using any chemicals, so I didn't feel like it was really necessary to wear gloves. Cheap old Costco microfiber to dry it off. Now, when I go to polish these, I'll use a softer microfiber. Okay, looks much, much better. You can do this with them on the bike too. So now I'm ready to start polishing these upper air deflectors. And once again, I'm going to use my favorite polish for polycarbonate, which is show polish from Airlawn. I'll remind you again, I'm not using one of these microfibers because this is a very, very fine polish and it will not scratch this polycarbonate. But the microfiber could. This microfiber is so rough, I guess you could say, that it could actually introduce some scratches. It's okay for drying off, water, but you don't want to rub hard. And sometimes when I'm applying polish, I'm actually applying quite a bit of pressure to this cloth. So I'm using this very, very soft microfiber cloth, and we're going to get a little bit of polish out here. I like to put it on the corner, and then I'll use the rest of this cloth to buff it out and to clean it off. It doesn't matter, you don't have to go in circles. In fact, it might be better to go in a straight line. And this polish also has a little bit of wax in it, so it will make it slick and a little bit water repellent also. I do see some stuff coming off. You could also clay bar these. I didn't, but you could. Won't hurt it. Okay, that is already looking a lot better. And this is why I say it's always better if you remove this mounting hardware, because you can get to the entire surface. I'm just being lazy today. I'm not going to go through that. You'll also notice I'm working on a towel. I never work on a hard surface, so I've always got a clean, soft towel on my tabletop here that I'm working on. So I'll do the other one, and then we can get them back on the bike. So here's where my OCD takes a turn to the extreme. You know how your turn signal lenses have that little bit of a gap where the bugs just seem to end up and you can't really get in there? Well, that's where these brushes come in extremely handy. Just use some soapy water or an all-purpose cleaner, and you can get up into that little crevice to get those bug guts out of there. And I'm going to talk today about how to clean your seat, your vinyl seat. You may not think it's that important, but it is, especially on these 2021 and later seats. And some of you have experienced the seams pulling apart right here. And sometimes that could be because your seat is not being properly cared for. I'm not saying that's all the time, but it can happen. And I'm going to be using the same soapy water mixture to clean the seat thoroughly. I removed my little plug here for my backrest because I want to make sure I get clean all the way around here. And I'll also do the passenger backrest. I want to clean it before I treat it. Once I clean it, I'm going to come back and treat it with Cycle Care Formula 4. Now, this was recommended by John at Wingsoft, and I take his word. He says this is the stuff to use. It will condition leather, vinyl, and rubber. And this is something I never did on my previous seat, ever, and it ended up cracking. So let's give it a good cleaning first. Now I'm going to use the larger brush for this. Now I'm doing this in the garage, which is going to make a little bit of mess on the floor. It's easier for me to control the lighting. Plus I've got the bike on a center stand. I don't want to take it off the center stand. I'm just lazy. I want to make sure to get down in this crevice, this seam area behind the rider, because that's where a lot of dust and junk will accumulate. The two environmental things that really damage your vinyl seat are UV rays from the sun if you leave the bike outside, and any accumulated dirt or dust that gets in that crevice can really start to wear away at the seams and cause damage. Now, how often you need to clean and treat your vinyl seat is going to depend on your riding style. If you leave your bike garage kept, you could probably get by with doing this once every month or two. However, if you commute on your bike and leave the bike parked outside a lot in the sun, I would do this every couple of weeks. And if you're washing your bike and you're planning on doing the seat, do the seat first, because all this soapy water is going to get all over the bike. So you might as well do the seat as the first thing you do. And once again, I'll point out that rather than having to drag a hose out or a pressure washer, for small jobs like this, that's why I love this little electric power sprayer from Solo. It just does a great job on rinsing off little jobs like this. I will usually let the seat dry, air dry, for probably 10 minutes just to make sure there's no more moisture in here, but I think it feels very dry right now. You want to apply the Cycle Care formula with the seat dry. I'm using this microfiber. It's a standard microfiber. For this purpose, it's fine. And I'm going to shake this up really well, and I'm going to spray it on here. You could spray it directly onto the seat if you wanted to, and you just want to kind of rub it into the surface. Now, if your seat is extremely dry, if you leave your bike out in the sun, for example, and the vinyl is very, very dry, you can do this a second time. You're not going to harm it by putting this, like I say, you can spray it directly onto the seat and then just massage it in using this microfiber. And what this is doing is it's treating the vinyl. It's going to lubricate it and help to keep it soft and a little more forgiving. And it also has some UV protection, because what really damages your seat and your vinyl parts and rubber is sunlight. UV rays are really, really harmful to these parts. So if you leave your bike outside, say you ride it to work and you leave it out and the seat is exposed to the sun, you might want to do this every couple of weeks. Otherwise, I do mine about once a month now, ever since I got this new seat. And I make sure to get down in that seam, and every square inch of vinyl I'm going to apply this product to. Now, it doesn't give it a shiny, it's not like Armor All. It's not a silicone, shiny surface. It doesn't really change the appearance of the seat at all, other than makes it look fresh. I like the smell of it. I think it smells really nice. The smell doesn't last long, but when you're applying it, it does smell nice. Don't forget the top of the passenger backrest. That gets a lot of sun. The 2018 and later Goldwing has several hard-to-reach areas that are just tough to clean, most notably the gap between the saddlebags and that rear fender. Well, there's a lot of specialty tools that you can use for getting into these tight areas. Now, I've found a microfiber cloth wrapped around a plain wooden chopstick does a great job. That chopstick will go right in between that fender and that saddlebag, as well as that area underneath the passenger backrest. It's almost impossible to get to without a tool like this. The top of the Goldwing engine is the perfect place for water spots, dirt, and junk to accumulate, and it's not easy to clean. This is where those brushes come in handy, as well as the chopsticks. I can't tell you how many times I use these little cheap wooden chopsticks. They're the same ones that come with your Chinese delivery orders. I always keep them. I never throw them away. And they're just great for getting into all those little tight spaces with a microfiber. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And I'll see you on the next Cruiseman's Garage.